High School.
Okay.
So again, that D. Iberville High School. No confirmation of what kind of debris. This may coincide with the trees down that we had gotten reports of earlier.
Yes, there have been several reports of damage and now debris, as you just heard from meteorologist Eric Johnson. Lamy Bridge Road there. Again, we're trying to track that storm now out of Harrison County. So what's going on?
Wesley, I will say, we're just looking. We're back into northwestern portions of Jackson County.
Yes.
And the last scan that has come in, where that rotation was that I'm circling right here on the screen, it's definitely not as strong as it was within the last scan. So at least that is some indication that perhaps this couplet is starting to weaken just a little bit.
Okay, well, that's great news, because earlier when you showed the gate-to-gate shear that was 75 miles per hour, that is something that is a extreme heads up that you have to take immediate protection and find shelter immediately in those areas. Again, if you're looking at the big picture, that's what we're looking at right now. Biloxi not under the gun with this storm. Van Cleve very close to it, but yeah, with this reflectivity look here, you definitely can see that notch, this little spot right here. That is where you're going to wind up seeing the possible tornado. That's where it likes to sit, right inside of there. Eric's drawing an arrow right there. You can see that's where you see that rotation in that thunderstorm, and that's why they are under a tornado warning in western Jackson County until 12:15 p.m. So they're still going to be under that tornadic threat. While, like Eric just said, it's not quite as strong as it was earlier with a 75-mile-per-hour wind, we're still watching out for that rotation. I don't know if you want to go back to the velocity information so that we can track that a little bit more as it moves through western Jackson County. You're going into Harrison here. If we could go to western Jackson. There we go. Yeah. It's getting kind of diluted there, but I think we can still see at least a lot of green, bright green. So even if it's not rotating wind, it's still strong wind in northwestern sections of Jackson County. But this is good. This is more good news for us that we're not seeing strong red next to strong green. So this is what you're looking at on the screen in northern Jackson County, where we have just, at least earlier, within the last 5 to 10 minutes, saw the radar indicating that there was a very likely tornado on the ground. I don't know, what do you think about just west of where you've circled, Eric, where there's still, I don't know.
There could be another area of rotation there.
Yeah, they're not strong, though.
Not strong, and that's just sort of what we've seen with this line of thunderstorms. We kind of get those gusts or the leading edge of the rain-cooled air rushing out ahead of the storm, and that sort of mixes in with that warmer air, and so you start to get those areas of rotation along the leading edge of those thunderstorms.
Right. Again, that's what we're watching here, North Jackson County under a tornado warning until 12:15 p.m. Again, this tornado warning does not include Biloxi or Gulfport or even Pascagoula. It's to the north of Van Cleve, and we're still watching that tornado warned area right there. If you can turn over back to the reflectivity and just give a wider view, there we go, perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for right there. So you can see the wide view that shows Jackson County and how much of the county is not underneath the warning right now. So it's really only affecting the northwestern section of Jackson County. And once we zoomed in, we showed that looks like, so, okay, if you're watching right now from Van Cleve, that's where we're going to start wanting to pay a lot of attention, because we're noticing, or at least I'm seeing pretty, this in the weather biz, we call it a V-notch almost, I would say. I think you're seeing what I'm seeing, right? Yeah, so these.
Yes, there's another, so south of the area that we've been looking at, there's another area of rotation, and we did have some information from the National Weather Service confirming that perhaps there was a tornado touchdown near Pops Ferry Road, and if you live in the Cypress Lake Department, take cover as well. So that would kind of coincide with that area of rotation as well. So that would be heading closer to the Van Cleve area. So for areas around Van Cleve officially not in the tornado warning, you do want to take your tornado precautions, because if that area of rotation just slides a little bit further to the west, that could impact areas around Van Cleve. Wesley?
Yeah, well, at least Harrison, and look, I think the National Weather Service is right on, because tornado warning, a new one just issued for the Van Cleve area. So we're watching this develop, and so are they, and they just issued a new tornado warning until 12:30 p.m. So if you're watching this and you're in Van Cleve, it's time to get to your safe spot immediately. You can leave the TV on, but please get into the lowest floor of your building and please get as far away from windows as possible.
And Wesley,
Yes.
I have the latest information on that new tornado warning.
Okay, let's
I'm
hear
just going
it.
to go ahead and list that off here. The National Weather Service New Orleans issue a new tornado warning for Jackson County in southern Mississippi, and that's until 12:30. So that's for that new severe thunderstorm warning that we just popped up. But we can get the radar behind me, or at least pop it up. You can see there. So that new polygon that was just issued, that includes Van Cleve and includes Hurley. That is for the new tornado warning. So a confirmed tornado was located near Gulf Hills or near Ocean Springs, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. There's a possibility of flying debris with this tornado, so you definitely want to take your tornado precautions. The tornado will be near Goche around 12:05. It will be near Hickory Hills around 12:10, Escatapa and Van Cleve around 12:20. So we were just talking about Van Cleve. You need to take your tornado precautions because we're watching that area of rotation. Well, here we go. You are now under that tornado warning. That's for Jackson County until 12:30. It does include Van Cleve and Hurley. Hickory Hills around 12:10. Goche around 12:05. And again, the tornado has been confirmed on the ground, so you definitely want to take this seriously. Take your tornado precautions. Get down to the lowest level of your house. Stay away from doors and windows, and put as many walls between you and the outside of your house as possible. Wesley?
We might be getting some new information. Be sure to check that chat over there, Eric. Yeah, we're still watching that tornado warned area. Again, the tornado warning that was issued earlier that expired at 12:15 p.m. for northwestern sections of Jackson County, that one probably is beginning to see less of a threat in that area.
Okay, we got some new